Let us start with the intro. Welcome to my presentation. My name is Rhishaan from Sugakumaran. So, today I'm going to present about Macintosh versus Windows. So there's so many aspects we will talk in this presentation, such as game development, software compatibility, hardware automation, and many more. First, we will see the definition of Mac. So Macintosh or Mac refers to a family of personal computers designed and marketed by Apple. So Apple is the company that create Macintosh or Mac devices. So GUI and user experience. It was the one of the first commercially successful personal computer to features a mouse and GUI, making computers more accessible to a wider audience. So for Mac is the first company that operating a future of mouse and GUI system which make attract a more audience to buy these products. Macintosh system. Macintosh system is the computer system that utilize Macintosh file system which store information primarily in catalog and extend files. Okay, next popularity. Macintosh paved a way for a variety of desktop, laptop, and wireless computer devices, including the iMac, MacBook, iPod, iPad, and iPhone. So not only Mac focus on their main product Macintosh laptop, they also go for advanced level, creating like including iMac, MacBook, iPod, iPad, and iPhone, and extra. Modern Macs. Today is a term of Macintosh or Mac refers to a device like MacBook Air, Pro, and iMac, which all run the MOS operating system. So these kind of devices are using a Mac operating system is a more advanced and useful for upcoming technologies. Apple brand. Apple continues to use the Mac brand for its computers with devices like iMac, MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, Mac Studio, Mac Mini, all being considered Macintosh. So MacBook continuously use the word Mac to create a new devices like iMac, Mac Pro Book, MacBook Air, and etc. So let us watch a 30-second video of MacBook advertisement. So I think there's some more like 20 videos like they will upload in YouTube when they discover a new type of device. We moving to a Windows information like a definition like their system. So first we start with the definition. So Windows Microsoft is the computing operating system developed by Microsoft, known for its graphical user interface and its dominance in the personal computer market. Next, graphical user interface. Windows uses a GUI, making it easier for users to interact with the computer through visual elements instead of text commands. So Windows start use a more graphical image icons rather than use a text commands in their application. Operating system. It's a core software that managing all the hardware and software in the computer, allowing application to the run and interact with the system. Networking. It supports network connectivity, allowing users to connect to other computers and devices on the network. So not only we use the technology of network in our device, we can also connect with users in other device, making a huge interaction with the internet connection with other device. User interface. Windows provides a user-friendly interface that allows users to interact with the computer through icons, menus, and windows. So as you can see in Windows, there are so many icons that we can see in bottom of the screen. So it will navigate to it. It kind of every type of users like a menu. So we can shut down, we can put to sleep. So there's a more option we can find the bottom of a Windows screen. Multitasking. Windows allows users to run multiple applications simultaneously. So in Windows, they have advanced technology where we can split the screen. In left, maybe we can do some assignment. In right, we can hear to YouTube music. Maybe we can watch YouTube shorts. So in one time, we can do a multiple task. So this is the 30 second of Windows. So both Windows and Mac are uploading a creative and interactive ads every year, every month, or maybe like once or for 2 year like that. Okay, this is the main point where we compare Mac versus Windows with the different aspects. So first we see the software compatibility. Okay, for Mac, Final Cut Pro is a Mac exclusive and I-optimized software, which offering a faster export times and better stability. For MacBook, we use a Final Cut Pro to export a video, create a video, like edit it to it. For Windows, supports a wide range of editing software such as Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Avid, Vegas Pro, and Blender. So in Windows, we can use so many editing software uh, rather than in Mac, we only can use a Final Cut Pro. So we're moving to a performance. So Windows PC offer a vast range of hardware configuration from budget-friendly laptops to high-end gaming laptops. So if we there are two type of laptop device we can find in Windows: budget-friendly laptop and also high-end gaming laptops. If a gamer, you will prefer a gaming laptop about 4,000 or 5,000. If you like a graphic designer aspect, like do a little editing works, we can go for a budget-friendly laptop. Next, MacBook. Apple designs both hardware and software, macOS, leading to a better synergy and optimized performance. Display quality. Liquid Retina XDR display a mini LED with a P3 white color gamut and HDR support and True Tone and Pro Motion for smooth playback and color accuracy. For as we can see in display of every device, we have LED lightning, we have brightness, we have HUD saturation. So for MacBook, they're using a Liquid Retina X-Drive for some better quality of vision. So for Windows, some Windows have high-end laptops offer a OLED or mini LED display with a similar color accuracy, more option with touchscreen and 4K display. There also a touchscreen advanced were added to a Windows device. We can edit the brightness, we can edit the hue saturation, we can edit the quality of a display that we want to. Okay, rendering and export speed. Final Cut Pro extremely fast, leveraging the MCD of chip media engine. DaVinci Resolve optimized for Mac performance well with Apple Silicon. For Windows, better rendering with NVIDIA GPUs in the Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve. High-end AMD and NVIDIA GPUs outperforms Apple Silicon in intensive rendering. So for I think the intensive rendering like 3D modeling, you'll prefer more to Windows because it has a high quality of rendering speed. For maybe in MacBook, it will make it hard for us a render. It will lag soon. So I think prefer do a 3D modeling. I will go to Windows. Customization and upgradability. A Mac is often limited in what can be upgraded with the many components soldered to a motherboard, making replacement impossible. So in MacBook, it already customized. So replacement of RAM storage are impossible. Other than in Windows, we can replace the RAM storage. We can upgrade the RAM storage, graphic cards, and processors, extending a life of a PC, tailoring its performance to a specific needs. So it's depend on our favor where we need to upgrade the components. So it's easy to us to upgrade RAM and do intensive works. We moving to price value. Mac is expensive but offer high efficiency, longevity, and resale value. Limited upgradability, RAM storage are not upgradable. As I mentioned earlier, RAM and storage cannot be upgradable, but it's a high efficiency, longevity, and resale value. For Windows, more budget-friendly option with the customized specs can also upgrade RAM, SSD, GPU for better performance. So we can choose what type of laptop we want to use. If you are 3D modeling, you need to go for better GPU or better RAM laptop. Rather than if you're normal worker that work in IT like graphic designer, we moving to a budget friendly with the customized spec and low RAM. Okay. So battery life. M series MacBook have an exceptional battery life. 12 to 18 hours, efficient even under a heavy workload. Even though we do a heavy workloads, it depends on the 12 to 18 hours. I think Mac have a better battery life than Windows because Windows, if use a gaming laptop, it will drain the battery fast and high-end GPUs consume more power, reducing the battery life. Hardware optimization. Apple tightly controls both the hardware and software, allowing for optimized performance and efficiency. Otherwise, the Windows run on the wide variety of hardware from different manufacturers, offering a greater flexibility and choice. Security and virus. Mac OS has built-in security features like Gatekeeper, which prevents untrusted apps from running, and Xprotect, which scan for unknown malware. So in MacBook, there's a application called Gatekeeper and Xprotect, which provides our device from get hacked or maybe get a virus from other websites. And also same for the window. Window has a built-in security features like Microsoft Defender, which provides a real-time virus scanning and application security. So as an example, if you visit a unknown website, you will ask the permission whether we need to allow the cookies or we need to block the website. So it will help us to know which website is safe and which website is unsafe. Okay, now we go more detail Mac versus Windows. Okay, performance and hardware comparison. So, well, there are four types: GPU power, CPU power, RAM storage, and upgrade. So, for GPU power, a MacBook is more weaker, and we for Windows is stronger, like a RTX, like that. For CPU power, both of the devices were good, fast, and efficient. For RAM storage, and same as well for the CPU power, it was fast and efficient and more upgradable. For upgrade, like I mentioned in the slide before, Mac cannot be upgraded by storage, graphic card like that. Otherwise, but in Windows we can upgrade the RAM, graphic cards, the processor. Depends on our favor. Okay, we're moving to a game development. Like to do a moderate 3D work, use Blender, Maya, Unreal Engine, portability and battery life, and develop for iOS and Mac OS. For Windows, heavy 3D rendering, high performance GPU, RTX 4090, upgradable system developed for VR and PC gaming. For game development, I would prefer Windows because it will help us to render or do a 3D modeling more in easier way. If use a blender like to do a 3D modeling in Mac, it will get laggy. So for game, I will go more to Windows. And also there's a more upcoming uh, couple processor in next year about RTX 5090. I think it's already created. So for game, I will prefer Windows. So we're moving to what is memory and storage. So memory, also referred to as a RAM, random access memory, is the computer's primary storage of data and instruction being utilized. It allows the computer to quickly access and process information, hence it is essential in program and activity execution. So the RAM, in full form, is random access memory. So there's a three type of RAM: GDDR, DDR, SDRAM, and SRAM. So next we have a storage. Storage refers to a device that stores data in a long-term basis. Even if the computer is turned off, storage allows the user to keep files, programs, and other data for future use. Storage is a free for fatality information is written even when the power is turned off. Even we off the laptop or device, the storage that we save is still saved in the object. We store the data like files, program, and data for future use for and also long-term basis. So there are four types of storage device objects such as SSD, solid state drive, HDD, hard disk drive, USB flash drive, and also cloud storage. Um, so I think for cloud storage, there are many elements under it, like Google Drive. We can store photos like that. So we're moving to a role of text in multimedia, communication and information delivery. Text serves as a core element for conveying information, explaining concept, and providing instruction within a multimedia application. Reinform and clarity. Text can reinforce spoken content, clarify complex information, and ensure the audience live with a clear understanding of a topic. If you read a newspaper, you will understand more easier that if the text is clearly in the full form of that we can understand more easier, and also even though it's a complex information, we will easier to read. So number three, navigation and user guidance. Text is crucial for menus, labels, and navigation systems, helping users find their way through the content and interact with the application. So as we know, every application or every software have their own menus, labels. So we can use a text insert to it, like a main menu. If you play a game, there's a main menu, settings, option, and extra and enhancing user experience by providing necessary information and guiding users. Text enhance overall user experience and makes the multimedia content more accessible and engaging. So, well, there are so many fonts, attractive cursive fonts that we can use their website. We can use a newspaper, so it will attract the customer more, and they will interest to it. So these are the examples that we can use the text in multimedia, such as headlines, subtitles, and body text in video and presentation, caption and transcript for audio and video content, menus and navigation elements, labels and description for image and graphics, instruction and prompts in interactive application. So as a summary, Mac versus Windows. Let's we start with the advantage and disadvantage. So we just click the minus for view the disadvantage of Mac. Okay, Macintosh, limited customization, not suitable for gaming, software compatibility issues. So software compatibility issues arise when the program is failed to work together due to factors like outdated system, incompatibility hardware, conflicting software of file formats leading to errors. So next, we press the plus for new view the advantage. Efficiently and ease to use, longevity and stability, well security and tight integration. So as I mentioned earlier, Mac has a more well secured security system rather than Windows. So we click the negative sign. Okay, more resource intensive. Recording and consuming a large of amount of resources, like it take a lot of time. It take a lot of data and it take a lot of um, life of battery to create a work. Stability issues. Okay, vulnerable to virus and malware. Okay, then last problematic update and drivers. Maybe I am using Windows because I also sometimes have a problem like a missing drivers. You need to update the latest version of like audio drivers. So it just make us to understand and also it's just hard to us to understand and install it. It take a lot of time. Windows also add their four advantage: hardware flexibility and choice, the ability of adapt and select hardware components to suit specific needs and evolving technologies. Best for gaming. So, as I mentioned earlier, Windows is the best for gaming rather than Mac because it has a high GPU performance, high CPU performance, and also software compatibility. We can use a multiple software in one device, or how it is in Windows. Customization. So we can customize the RAM, the processor, the graphic card, and moreover. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you very much.